Welcome to Read Your Comics. Today I'm doing a top 10 list. The best covers of classic X-Men. Thanks for joining me today. I'm doing something kind of out of the ordinary. I've not done any top 10 lists or anything of that sort before. If you've been following me on Instagram, you'll probably know that I recently read the classic X-Men run through the John Byrne era to my kids. And before I put these away, I thought it would be fun. Like, why not look through them, see which ones have the best covers? Through the Byrne run here, they have great Art Adams covers, Steve Lightle, and there's a couple fill-in covers along the way. All of them are pretty great. And the funny thing is, many of them have the original cover in the back. At one point, they stopped doing that. As I would read these to my kids, I would say, which cover do you like better, the original or the new one? I thought they would pick the new one more often than they did. They really only picked the new one about 3 or 4 times out of this big stack of comics. But before I jump into that, I just want to give a quick shout out to all the subscribers and say thanks to your support. Every view, comment, and subscription is appreciated. If you're enjoying positive comic content, please consider hitting thumbs up. Comments are always encouraged, and if you haven't already, why not hit subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Now, what I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to go through them one at a time. I'm going to look at them. I'm going to make a stack of finalists, and then I'm going to do like a no, this one doesn't make the cut at all stack. And then at the end, I'll go through the finalists and get it down to the best 10 to my preferences. So let's get started. I think number 1, this is a classic image in itself, no pun intended for being classic X-Men. You've got this awesome Art Adams layout, and actually I've got right here in the Art Adams book, the original, which he says is actually, this is a layout right here by John Romita Sr., who did the layout to it. I guess the first draft of whatever he was doing got bounced, so Romita Sr. did the layout for him, and then he kind of topped it off. So it even says right there, from a sketch by John Romita. Thanks, fella. So this is an instant finalist. I think you have to put this one right here. Number 2, another great Art Adams cover. I don't love the layout of this one. I'm going to put it in the discard pile over here. All right, this is a tough one because I really love these Marvel 25th anniversary covers. We got a couple strong Storm covers throughout this stack. This is a good one. I'm going to put it in the finalist for now. Inked by P. Craig Russell here. Don't love the pink on this one, and the monsters, the details on them get a little busy, I would say. So, good Storm cover, but gonna put it in the discard pile. All right, this is a good one, and I like this cover better than the original, which is there's your original cover of X-Men 97. I like this one better. I like Havoc, his powers, the rings displaying better. I like that you have like the characters aren't like way off in the distance. I like the colors on this one. I think I'll go ahead and put this one in the finalist for now. Here's another great cover with Sentinels. That's the original cover, and this one's hard to beat, right? The kids definitely liked that one better. I thought they might like this one a little better. I like this one a lot. I think P. Craig Russell, no, he didn't ink this one. At least it doesn't say on the cover. Yeah, finalist. Kind of an homage to 126. Is it 126, I think? The Proteus issue, kind of like an homage to that. P. Craig Russell did ink this one. Very dynamic. Also has that Giant Size X-Men #1 feel to it. Compared to the original cover. Man. Finalist. This one's kind of busy. Pretty cool. Still a lot of action going on. New versus old X-Men. It was this 100, I think. There's your original 100. This is a better cover in general, I think. Yeah, that one's going to be put to the side. All right, a lot of people love this one. It's like a different angle of the X-Men 101 cover. Iconic cover there. I don't love this one, though, as much because of the angle, where she like kind of tapers off into this triangle down here. Don't love the composition. I'm going to put it over there. Juggernaut. Another strong Storm cover. Well, I wouldn't say strong, really, but another storm-focused cover, I guess you would say. Let's see. There's our original cover. I like Juggernaut on this one. I'm going to put it in the finalist for now, but I don't know if it'll make the final 10 at the end of the day. All right. Number 11. Don't love this cover right off the bat. Don't like the composition of where it is. This is a Bob Layton cover, too. This isn't Art Adams. So, like I said, there's going to be a handful of fill-ins. There's your original cover. He just kind of tried to recreate the original cover. Sorry, Bob. All right, Art Adams' homage to X-Men 104, which was an homage to X-Men 1. There's your original right there. There's your Art Adams version. Because it's an homage, a direct homage of the original cover, just kind of a recreation, Al Williamson inking. Because it's an homage, I think I'm going to go ahead and it's hard to beat that Cockrum version. It's so good, but I'm going to put it to the side. Firelord, I've never loved the design of Firelord. Don't love this cover in general. Just going to go ahead and get that one to the side. Let's see. Another Art Adams, Al Williamson inking cover. Oh, they didn't give us the original cover in this one. I think they do it in the back of the next one, though. Interesting composition, being surrounded by the Imperial Guard here. And don't love it enough to make it a finalist. Still solid. All right. I remember this one. My kids thought it was funny just the way that the characters looked on this. Anytime they're distorted like that, my kids have questions about why they look like that. You know, this was a vision that Nightcrawler saw while in the M'Krong crystal. There's your two original. I do like it better than the Byrne. I guess it's a Cockrum cover. I've never liked this cover, which is what this is the original of. So it's better than the original in my opinion, but I don't love it enough to make it a finalist. All right, this one's kind of a... Oh, they don't do it in this one either? Guess we're not going to see it in that one. Another kind of recreation of a cover, right? Or it's a recreation of a scene in the comic. So you got Terry Austin inking on this one. Looks good. I like it. Do I like it enough to make it a finalist? I don't think so. All right, I do love this cover. I like this cover way better than the original, which should be back there. There's the other one. So here's this one. I've never loved this cover. I like it, but Banshee looks like Arcade here to me, even though Arcade hasn't appeared in this book yet. So this has always kind of bugged me. I do like this cover a lot. This one's John Bogdanov with Terry Austin. You got a chained up Wolverine. I like this cover a lot. It's a finalist. Oh man, these two Magneto covers, both of these are pretty awesome. And I can't remember which one it was. Like at this point, my kids have liked the original pretty much for all of them. That one's pretty good. But one of these Magneto covers, I want to say it was this one though, they liked better. But this one is pretty awesome. You got a huge looming Magneto. It's almost Dr. Doom-like, the way they've made Magneto big, holding the character small. It's a finalist. Hard to deny that this one's going to be a finalist too. It's a finalist. All right, I had to switch these over so the books would stay stacked well. I've got a lot more than 10 already in my finalist stack, so we'll have to do a second round. Recreating the final panel of this one. It's recreating that. I like it. I like the way Sauron, it looks all like kind of gangly. Don't like it enough to be a finalist. I'll say right off the bat, I don't like this one enough either. Although it's a good design, this petrified man slamming down, I do like the composition of it a lot. Not enough to be a finalist. Don't love this cover. I've seen people post this book on Instagram and they really love it. I mean, good musculature, anatomy on Khazar. I don't like the black half and like panel here though. Not a finalist. This one's pretty cool. You don't have any of the main characters on the cover. Well, I mean, Professor X is there, but unrecognizable. I like the way that Adams has adapted this armor of Farouk. This is a solid cover. I'm tempted to say it's not. I like it a lot. I do like this one a lot, but I think I'm going to go ahead and put it in the discard because it doesn't have any of the main characters on the cover. Okay, this one is not an Art Adams cover here. Gimel, got a few Gimel. Okay, Carrie Gamble. I don't know Carrie Gamble really well. You got the Mandroids here, not looking very imposing. Don't love this one. It's put to the side. There's your original cover for the Moses Magnum. I like this one better than the original, actually, because I think it's not as crowded and busy as the original. Do I like it enough to be a finalist? I don't think... I like Moses Magnum as a character, but I don't find... His costume just isn't dynamic enough to make this like a standout, fabulous cover. So, discard it goes. All right. This one I like a lot, too. This one... It's Wolverine. He's getting whooped on the cover. There's your original cover. Again, not as busy. You know, I kind of like that one better because it's not as busy. I'm thinking of it as a kid picking this up. I mean, if I wasn't reading X-Men, would this cover get my attention more or would this cover get my attention more? And I think this one would. I like this one enough to make it a finalist. All right, here's our original cover. Again, very busy cover here by Cockrum. Who's doing this one? Still Gimel? Kieran Dyer, front piece and interior. So we got Kieran Dyer doing this one with Terry Austin inking. I don't love this one. I don't like the colors on it as much. It's going in the discard. All right, I do like this one. Another, like I said, there's some strong Storm covers in this run. This is a pretty good one. Cry for the Children. What was the original cover on it? Oh man, that's a hard cover to beat. Kids definitely like that cover. This would be a hard one if you were saying, what's better, the original or the classic? And I'd have to go with the original, but man, that's a strong Storm cover. I'm going to keep it. Arcade, not one of my favorite villains. Pretty good cover for Arcade, though, but it's going over here. Love this cover. Love it. I mean, I'm a Hulk fan, even though it's a robot Hulk. I just love Wolverine with the robot Hulk's head on his claws like a pike. I mean, this one's great. I do love this one. And is this Steve Lightle? Yep. So now we're getting into the Steve Lightle covers, and a lot of these are going to probably make the cut. This one, definitely one. Pretty solid cover here, too, by Lightle. Don't love it enough to make the cut. All right, this one holds a special place in my heart. This might have been the first issue I picked up of Classic X-Men as a kid. One of the first stories I probably read with him in the yellow costume. It's the Proteus story. I do love this cover. I love the way they're melting away. I love the color. I love the blue behind it or the red lettering. I love everything about this cover, quite honestly. It's making the cut. Good chance it's going to make the final. Again, man, this one, awesome cover with the hypnotic circular pattern coming out there. I think this one's a keeper for sure. Pretty solid cover here. Hard to tell exactly what's going on. It makes you think of the Phoenix, but we're not quite there yet. Like it, but not enough to put it, in the top. I don't love this cover either. So this whole part I posted, the Dark Phoenix Saga, I posted this with little write-ups about what my kids thought of the story as we went along. People love this cover, and I don't. I don't love this cover. I don't love the way it's laid out. I don't love the half and half background like that. Kitty looks where she's big in the front. She doesn't look like a kid to me. I just don't love that one. But this one I love. You cannot deny the two-tone with just the blue lettering. I would say spotted blacks, except there's no black on it. This is an awesome cover. This would have played better towards the end of the story, I think. But man, what a cover. This one would stand out on the shelf. I think if you were a kid that had never read X-Men and you saw this one would definitely grab your attention. I don't think this is a great cover image, but I like it. I like Phoenix and the White Queen having their moment there. Just don't like it enough to, put it in the top. Same kind of goes for this. I've always felt like this one, I think it's the background that gets real distracting here that makes it feel not quite finished, you might say. So not going to put that one in there. I do like this cover better than... Oh, yeah, they stopped doing the covers on these. Shoot. Yeah, oddly enough, the Dark Phoenix Saga is when they decided they weren't going to put the original covers in the back. But I think this is the one with Cyclops holding what looks like a dead Jean in his arms, like the Superman holding Supergirl in Crisis. But anyway, I do like this one enough to put it here. Yep, put it here. So right now I've definitely got more in the discards, but got to go through and weed them out again. Another great one that's just kind of the different angle of the original cover. This is the one with Wolverine slicing up the Hellfire Club. The original has him like kind of here and guys kind of falling down. In some ways, I like this better than the original. I think I'll put it here. Man, this one's kind of like that red one that we looked at just a second ago. Whatever technique he used to get this texture on Mastermind's face really stands out. Love the stars and Phoenix there, like kind of showing her power. I mean, the green color, I like this one enough. It stays. I do like this cover a lot. I like Jean's hair on it a lot, and it's the opening shot more or less. Not that one, but it's more or less this right here. So I kind of like it when they take like a panel like that and turn it into a cover. In this case, though, I don't like it enough to put it in the finalist. All right, John Byrne steps in for his, I don't know if this is the only classic X-Men he did, but he steps in to recreate the X-Men 137 cover. I do like this a lot, but when you compare it to the original, you can tell this is in Byrne's like late 80s or 1990, 89. You can tell this is Byrne's later style. It's not inked by Austin. It's not as good as the original. So for that reason, I've got to dismiss it. This one's pretty cool too. I like the coloring on it. The original is the one of Cyclops like walking forward. It's a Steve Lightle cover as well. I love Magneto back there in the background. This one's better the more you like really look at the background and really see the characters in the back. I think it would stand out enough and grab my attention to check the book out if I saw this one on the spinner. Do I like it enough to make this? It's not going to make the final 10. It's not. So I got to start making those cutoffs. What has the potential to make the final 10, right? I love the composition of this one. Nightcrawler in the shadows. He's coming out like, one of his abilities is to blend into the shadow. I love the way Wolverine's claws are. They don't look like they would fit in his wrist there, but I just love the poses and everything. This is a keeper. This one's a keeper too. This has been one of my most popular posts on Instagram ever. So for that reason alone, I'm going to keep it. Plus, it's just so dynamic. It's in your face, very kinetic. Like the coloring on it, the magenta in the back, with the white Wendigo in the front, definitely stands out. It's worth keeping in the finalist stack. And then this one's cool too. I don't love this storyline enough to keep it though. And I feel like these packages are kind of tacked on like last minute. It's like you had a great idea for the demon or Ngari, whatever it was, kind of in the back and having a negative space blend in with her costume. It's a neat composition and layout. I do like the magenta to it. Don't love I'm nitpicking, right? The packaging feels very much like, oh yeah, it's Christmas time. Let me put some Christmassy stuff here in the front. So this is my discard pile right here. It's, oh man. I think I got it like half and half. That's kind of funny. All right. So now I gotta whittle this stack down to 10. Down to 10. We're gonna start from the bottom, and then we'll look at these back covers while we're at it too. It's in the top 10. No doubt in the top 10. Oh man, I do love these 25th anniversary covers. Ooh. No, I can't. It's just too simple. Too simple. All right, what's this one? The Havoc and Cyclops. No, not going to keep that one. Oh, I like this one a lot too. I like this one a lot. This is going to be like right here in this, like, maybe. This one could get bumped if need be. Yes. Yes. I think you got to go with that one as a top 10. Another great Storm cover. Hate to bump it. This kind of reminds me of John Romita Jr. I think what's coming to mind when I look at this is that Spider-Man cover where he takes on Juggernaut, and it just makes me think of that. So I think that's why I like this one so much. But is it a top 10 cover for these classic X-Men? No. Yes, this one is. Okay, we got the 2 Magneto covers here. I feel like I should only pick one. And they're both so good. They're both so good. I think I'm going to go with this one because of the looming. Magneto is reminiscent of Doom, and if there's any character villain that could be elevated to the same status as Doom, it's probably Magneto, right? So, sorry, Magnus number 2. I'm not going to have 2 of you in there. Look at this back cover. John Bolton. The back covers are neat too. Sometimes they're like really good like this, and sometimes they're just kind of eh. All right, what was this one? Don't love it enough to keep it. How many we got so far? We got 5 with a possible bump. I do like this one a lot. I'm gonna put that one in the bump area too. Oh, this one's a keeper. So there's a solid 5. Solid 6. Whew. It's crazy because these are like right next to each other. Solid 7. Solid 8. Okay, that one can be bumped. That's an alternate. An alternate. All right, solid 9. So I got to pick one out of these. This is my 9. This is my 9. Got to pick one out of these. One. And it's gonna be Art Adams, Kieran Dyer, Lightle. 3 Lightles. 1. Man, tough choice. I'm going to go with the Storm cover. All right, so here we go. All right, now, do I put these in order? I think if I put them in order, I would put this at number 10. Let's say that one's number 10. Put it right there. Let's see. What's going to be our number 9 cover? Number 9, I'm going to put that Art Adams issue number 7 as number 9. Let's see how I can arrange them here on the screen. Number 8, I'm going to put... man, they're all so tough. I'm going to put this Bogdanov cover as number 8. For Classic X-Men 17 is number 8. Number 7. Number 7's going to be my nostalgia favorite here. I could see somebody bumping this off of their list. For me, it's definitely a nostalgia thing. Number 6. Let's go with the Magneto cover as number 6. Gosh, oh wait. You'd think the one that, yeah, this is the one I had to decide, so it had to be number 10, right? Number 5. Number 5 is going to be the Wolverine with a robot Hulk head on a pike. Number 4 is going to be this Dark Phoenix Saga issue. Number 3 is going to be the cool Proteus Hypnotic Circular cover. Number 2 has got to be the Wendigo cover. And was there any doubt, the number 1 classic X-Men cover is number 1. It's too iconic not to be the top rated one. I did this all on the spot. I really didn't put that much thought into it. You guys, if you stayed to this point in the video, you saw my thought process go through the whole thing. So this could change. I could do it again, and I could probably, I doubt I'd get 10 different ones, but I might get like 6 different ones out of it. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, read your comics. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my breakdown of this issue, you can support the channel by hitting subscribe. It costs you nothing and helps other comic fans find the channel. You can also visit readyourcomics.com for cool merch, like this. Read Your Comics isn't just a brand, it's a mantra. And when you wear a Read Your Comics shirt, you are helping spread the word. For more classic comics conversation, be sure to follow me on Instagram at read.your.comics. And if you're still here, why not watch one of my older videos? Here or here.